This is a HeadGum podcast.
Today's episode of Coffee with Chrachel is brought to you by Audible. Go to audible.com/CWC to learn how to get your 30-day free trial. Hey, losers.
It's a little unorthodox today here in the Coffee with Chrachel podcast cinematic universe.
Yeah, we are sitting with a...
and there's an orb.
It's something.
It low-key looks like it would be the source of power that Iron Man needed for his chest. Oh my god,
that's so true. Imagine if his little doodle thingy, if it glowed different colors.
Yo, I'd be really into that.
That would add a lot of pizzazz
That's
to the
very
Iron Man movies.
Ambient? Ombre. This is Coffee with Chrachel. I'm Rachel.
I'm Chris.
And we have Starbucks today.
Yeah, we're trash, We're enjoying the lattes, whatever.
I have a really bad headache, and so I was like, let's just go straight to the espresso, please. And
it's not good enough for the coffee grinds. You need that espresso.
Yeah, and we didn't really feel like fucking going far, so I just have my white mocha situation all doctored up.
I got a caramel.
A caramel?
Because I am a loser.
I know.
Also, a lot of people were correcting me when I was, contemplating Carmel, California. I guess it's Carmel.
What?
California.
That would make sense.
Yeah, so apparently I'm just trash.
I'm sorry that you've always got sweets on the brain. But yeah, so we have like a mood lighting thingy glowing because I have a headache, so I wanted something like not super bright so that we could still see.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm enjoying this aesthetic that we got going on.
It's wonderful. They don't barely show any of the red though. Yeah. Have you noticed?
I'm not upset about that. Red is an angry color.
It is, but it's also warm.
Yes, toasty.
Okay, well, so yeah, we have our Starbucks. We don't really have anything special coffee related today.
I was gonna say, yesterday I was at work and I had to get my badge photo retaken.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I was.
Hope you look less like a serial killer.
No, mine was actually good this time around. On that one, like my Microsoft ID looked horrible.
It literally looked like it's sinister.
My driver's license looks horrible.
Oh, I don't think it's that bad.
Oh, I think it's pretty bad.
You don't have a Washington one yet?
No, I do. It's just I hate it because they make you take off your glasses. And so it's...
Why? Flash?
I honestly don't know why. If it's like to better, I thought it was because like to see what your full face is to like identify.
But you're gonna be like doing a crime with your glasses on.
I'm always going to have my glasses on. Note to self: if I'm gonna commit a crime, just be wearing my glasses. They won't be able to tell.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
you'll probably already be doing that anyway. So,
mm-hmm. So I had the Amazon one, and I liked my photo.
Yeah,
and then like a week after I got hired and took the photo, they're like, okay, everybody has to retake theirs in the entire company because we're changing our badges. And so I was like, shit. And I procrastinated the shit out of this, and I only just did it yesterday.
Did you do your hair?
I did my hair.
Yes. Nice.
Well, I was waiting a long time because I wanted to get a haircut, but then
is that what?
I did it, and I had to do it yesterday because it was the very last day I could do it. And I was all set to go, but I was very upset because I still have this too. I have a very large pimple on like the edge of my lip.
It's not that bad.
Well, on the day that I was picture day, I was really stressing about it.
It's like an episode of Full House.
Exactly. It was not exactly happy.
Have you seen the photo yet?
Yes, I have. And I mean, you can't, most times the icon's kind of small, so you can't really like tell. But like... They're like, if you want to see high-resolution photos of it, click here. So I clicked on it.
Why would you want that?
And I just clicked on it because I was like, I have to see. And, if you go into there, it's notable. So it just, like, war flashbacks to being in grade school, something fucking up every time.
Did you have, like, a series of bad school photos?
You've seen them.
I mean, yeah.
You've seen them. My Jodie Foster, my Reese Witherspoon. Come on,
just the length of hair and the layering technique that was used.
You mean the lack of layering?
I don't know what happened. It just it was like one step past handsome and into like the skater but you didn't skate kind of vibe.
That's what I was going for. All of the aesthetics of a skater Skater boy said, "See you later, boy." And
That's great.
but without any of the skating.
Yeah, well, that's fine. I'm trying to think if I've ever had, like, one school photo that really stuck out to me. I mean, okay, my senior portrait is fucking so terrible because this was back when I had the blunt straight across bangs.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
And I loved them. And I knew that we had senior portraits, which were always taken, like, in the summer. Like, why? In my sweatiest nature, you're gonna hike me over to the fucking gym and make me take a sweaty photo that's gonna be, like, framed and shit. So my bangs were super, super outgrown, and I really needed a fucking trim, but we, like, just either didn't get to. I don't know if this was, like, you in your household, but, like, we all got our haircuts at the same time. And it was, like, only if my mom wanted to get her hair cut done, we'd all get a collective haircut.
No, that was not the case. I mean, my dad's just cut each other's hair.
Your dad had hair?
Well,
at a point?
I mean, like, yeah, it's just fucking funny, like, but the little bit of hair he still has.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, see, that's okay. Well, if I had a fucking buzz cut, I would be buzzing myself too.
Well, yeah.
Like, let's be honest. I wasn't gonna cut my own bangs though.
But he can't accomplish this quaff I got going on in here with a pair of scissors at home. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you can if you're talented with hair, and I am not.
Definitely not.
I always watch those, like, tutorials on, like, how to trim your own hair at home, and I'm like, I just don't trust myself. Like, I'm always drinking too much caffeine.
Not.
You know?
Yeah.
One false jitter, and I'm.
You have a really new hairstyle.
Yeah. So
I'm thinking about my senior photos.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know why we were so bougie, but, like, we got to go to, like, an actual, like, photo studio that, like, did all the pictures for us, like, on picture day. Normally they came to the school.
Oh yeah.
But, like, for the senior stuff, we went to their studios. We set up times and whatever, and we went there. Took your basic one with the black thing for the yearbook, whatever. Then a whole bunch of other photos, and, like, you got to bring, like, 3 different outfits that you wanted to take photos in.
We didn't do any of this. I see all these people that take their senior photos and they're, like, on a fucking train track, which, by the way, that looks dangerous. Like,
yeah, that's
why?
Dangerous.
Or, like, half in a trolley. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh my god, I just saw somebody that posted theirs. They took theirs at Taco Bell.
Oh my god. See, you hear about this. For me, it was you literally only got photos with this stupid black shawl thingy.
Yeah.
That was all you got. And my bangs, like, I didn't get a haircut. You couldn't even see my eyes in the photo. I literally looked like a sheepdog.
Yeah.
And my bangs were sweaty. And so it was, can you believe, my senior photo was the only photo that I didn't, like, get prints of.
Wow.
Because I was like, this is terrible. And my mom was like, yeah, wow, that looks like shit. I was like, well, thanks for letting me get a fucking haircut, you know?
Holy shit.
And, like, it's the most important, I say with quotes, photo.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. And, like, senior year, I don't know if your school did this, but, like, since your senior photo only was, like, the super professional one, the photo that you took on regular picture day was just for, like, your ID. Did you have, like, an ID in high school?
Yeah, I did have an ID, yeah.
And so, like, all the seniors, they got to, like, look like shit or, like, look goofy or ugly or, like, wear funny things because, like, the picture didn't matter.
That's kind of cool.
But, like, people were so strict about it. Like, someone had pigtails and they were like, no. And, like, just other shit.
That's so stupid.
Yeah, but I remember, like, that photo because that was, like, months later in the school year. Because, like, you take your senior photos during summer. Yeah. And so my bangs were, like, pinned back and my tits were up. And I was like, yes. And I looked so good. And it was just, like, this tiny little square. So, you know.
Holy shit. No, I didn't do that.
But I think, like, any other ugly photo I've had was, like, I've had a few, you know, the haircut from hell that I had. The duck cut.
The duck cut.
Oh, my God. I'll never forget when I took... We had this thing. It was, like, a ID for, like, if your kid got kidnapped. I don't know what it was for.
I don't know about this.
It was extra. It was very, like, alarming. And this was only in, like, elementary school. And you got to take them at your, like, elementary school or whatever. And they were just, like, a separate identification card that you could have in your wallet. You know, your parents could have it in case, like, I went fucking missing. I don't know.
Interesting. I
think it was, like,
that.
Identikit or some shit. I don't remember. And they told me to smile. And I was like, and I straight up said to the photographer, I was like, I was probably in, like, 4th grade. I was like,
sassy rude.
If I was dead, I wouldn't be smiling. And I'm wearing this, like, I think I'm wearing like a pink spaghetti strap shirt. I wish I had it. It's like on a keychain. So like my mom had it on her keychain. Like in case I ever went missing, she could be like, check out this keychain. This is what she looks like. And it's just me
check
looking.
this out.
Yeah. And it's just me looking so pissed.
I love it.
And like I was like, my brow was like furrowed. It was just so funny. It was like the only time I ever stood up to the man.
Oh man, you really told them.
That was before the anxiety took in. You know? When I was still spunky.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, that's the only one I can really think of. I never had like food in my teeth. Or like
I had braces.
I definitely had a zit. Oh my god. But yeah, interesting times.
Yeah. So that was just like a wild ride. Having to have that anxiety of like, well, shit, I'm waiting in line and I know I have a pimple on my face while I'm waiting for my picture.
That sucks. You should have told me. I could have concealed that shit. Well, it's kind of like on your lip, though.
Yeah, that's why. It's in such a weird place.
Yeah, that's the worst,
They're
Chris.
so annoying. Tell me about it, jeez.
No, but like, honestly,
no, they really are. It's fucking stupid.
So, the other day, we decided to do... Did we mention that we've been trying to go to this fucking Tulip festival?
We've said a couple times that this was going to happen.
So we did it.
It did happen.
It happened.
Confirmed.
And I'm very happy that we went because it reminded me of, like, stupid shit that we would do in Pennsylvania. Because there's always something happening at a farm in Pennsylvania.
You know, that's pretty much the only place where something is happening in Pennsylvania. On a farm.
It's like... a couple of cities, and then the farms are really lit.
Yeah, exactly. Corn mazes, you got corn mazes for days.
Oh my god, just seeing corn was an event. Like, just growing. It didn't even have to be, like, put into a maze situation. Seeing sunflowers, you know? Wow.
Yeah.
Or, like, I don't know. Anyway, so they have a tulip festival here in Washington. And it's... Skagit. We thought it was Skagit.
I still want to call it Skagit.
I'm calling it the old Skag.
Just like the Puge.
The Puge and the Skag. So, where the fuck were we? Where is that? Like, north?
It's like halfway between Seattle and Canada.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, Chris told us that we were like an hour away from Canada.
So, that's the closest I've ever been to Canada.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, wait,
definitely.
Have I been to Maine? Maybe.
Ooh, maybe when you were in, like, Cape Cod or something.
Yeah, but it's a fucking island, so it's kind of like under Massachusetts.
Yeah, I don't...
It's like to the...
No, it's probably the closest. Definitely closest.
Whatever. Either way, we were geographically north.
Yes.
And that was lit. And so we missed it last year. Like, they cut off all the tulips before we got to go. And this year there was like, God, I think we got to go super early next year. Because there was only like...
Yeah, only like there's like two big farms. And then like there's a whole bunch of like little farms around the area too that do it. But like all the little ones had already chopped off their flowers. And
it was
just
like
the big
4 rows.
Ones had... Yeah, I know. They've really cut off a lot by the time we got there.
I think my favorite part, though, was, like, not even the actual farm area, but where they set them all up and there was, like, trees around, and it was like you were going through this, like, little forest of tulips.
Yeah, and they planted them in designs and stuff.
Yeah,
so
they're like hearts.
Yeah, there was hearts. They just had different colors next to each other and everything, and it looked really cool. There was name tags for all of these as well. What was
I didn't even notice that right away.
What was your tulip? Because
Mine was a salmon.
Salmon?
It was salmon something.
Oh, fuck.
I don't know what yours would be, but...
Oh, I have no idea.
They were really pretty. We took a lot of photos. I felt like I was back in the day taking, like, the Facebook gallery, you know?
Oh, my God. Yeah, we should really upload a album to Facebook.
I uploaded like 3 to Facebook, and I was like, oh my god, this is like the most activity I've done in months.
Oh my god.
It's usually like I'm updating people on my job.
Like, I look at my Facebook and all my last updates are all just like my changes in employment.
Mine is like other shit your mom puts on my wall.
Oh yeah, true.
And your
anything
sister.
that my parents put on my wall.
Yeah, that too. And birthday, like once a year. That's when anybody like is like, hey, I'm gonna reach out right now. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so the tulips are really cool.
It was just really fun, like, the whole day. Like, I'm thinking back to, like, the beginning of it. Like, we were going in, and we were almost getting, like, a Stars Hollow type of feel. Because it was just, like, this little town that's up there, and it's, like, they have just, like, all these tourists coming in and visiting and, like, seeing this one event, kind of. It's, like, a Stars Hollow event.
Yeah. We went into, like, I don't know, some sort of guest
info
book.
center.
Yeah. And there was just like 2 people in there, and
one was Taylor Dozy.
Yeah, one was straight up Taylor. And as we were walking in, someone was asking him if there would be bathrooms, and he was like, "There will be a line of beautiful porta potties, and they are pumped daily." And I was like, "That is something Taylor Dozy would say."
This is our place.
And then we asked the lady like, just, where to go.
Info and stuff, yeah.
And she gave us a fucking map, and with a marker, she literally started, like, plotting out a route for us. And she spent, like, 15 minutes describing everything, and it was so friendly and nice.
I know. And she was just like, all right, so you're going to want to go to Rosengard and the Tulip Town. All of the other farms have been cut down. The tulips, they've been sprouting earlier. You can never know with those tulips.
I know, and she was giving us, like, this tulip drag. And she was like, yeah, like, those finicky tulips, they'll get you every time, And I'm just like, I have no idea.
That's the comedy I am here for. That classic, corny, like,
that's
those dang tulips, you never
They're
know.
Acting up. So she was telling us, like, according to God and stuff, like, they're going to be back earlier this year or something. So next year we might have to go earlier in April. But
so
we went over, and there's, like, 2 different places. You have to, like, drive in between the 2 places.
Yes, they're farms. They've got a lot of space and whatnot.
Yeah. They had an awesome barbecue situation happening.
Yeah, that food stand really, that really brought me back to those
the
classic
smell of
picnic
a nice
days.
Hamburger being grilled, you know what I mean? And you're already standing in asphalt.
Like going to like a little league game or something like that, just those classic events, the hamburgers, the hot dogs.
The kettle corn.
Yeah.
We got a fucking large kettle corn.
Got that kettle corn.
You know.
And it was the greatest decision.
We still have some.
Oh, shit. That's going to be...
Because I wasn't going to spend, like, what was it, $8 for a hot dog? Fuck that.
Oh, yeah, it was ridiculous.
Yeah. They know. They're like, we got these fucking tulips, and we're going to rip off all these city slickers that are coming in for the fucking Snapchat. And that is... I was so on Snapchat that day.
Oh, yeah, definitely. We were just taking so many photos like that.
I want to go to the aquarium and do the same thing and just take a bunch of Snapchats. Because every time I go to the aquarium, I say weird things about the fish.
Yeah, now you document.
And I never want to put it on Instagram because it doesn't match, you know what I mean? But Snapchat's the place where you can get a nice close-up of a fish and be like, hey, last my hands off. That's what you do.
I feel like a couple of years ago, like, we were still, like, going to things and, like, taking pictures of shit. And, like, it wasn't, like... I didn't think that many other people were, like, taking their phones out and taking all these pictures. Whoops. And it was kind of, like, taboo. Like, oh, my God, put your phones away. Look up from your devices. Enjoy the nature. And then, like, literally...
It only was cool if you had, like, a chunky fucking DSLR at an aquarium.
Yeah. Now it's, like, we were there. Everybody there. Selfie sticks all around.
I am mad that I didn't have a selfie stick because that is the optimum place to employ the selfie stick.
Not for selfies.
You have, like, you're trying to take a selfie in front of a fucking giant row of tulips.
True. Yeah.
You lift it high enough, you see, like, the pastures, you see the mountains. Like, these people, oh my God, there were people, like, shooting a fucking wedding there. Everybody broke the rules about going in the tulips.
Oh, yeah, down the rows.
And it's like, no one yelled at that toddler that was there.
Oh, my God.
There was, like, one toddler having, like, a straight-up, like, Mary-Kate and Ashley bougie baby photo shoot. And it was extremely... I know that those are going to be highly saturated photos.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So we went to the first place, and they had, like, the nice setups with all the different, like, designs and stuff. And then they had, like, the regular fields, too, that we walked out to.
Yeah.
And so then we went to the other place.
That was called Tulip Town.
Tulip Town. And, like, there was some crazy shit in Tulip Town.
They had a lot of, like, jam being sold. I was into that.
They had some music playing.
Oh, I loved that music. And it was the same thing on a loop.
Yeah, it was, like, 5 seconds on a loop.
There
Fabulous.
was a tractor pulling, like, a busload of people, but, like, I was walking faster than the tractor, and we were going to the same place.
Yeah, exactly.
And, like, I don't know why anyone would pay to be on there unless, like, you couldn't actually, like, walk around, you know what I mean? So
I have no idea why that existed. They also had really obnoxiously dyed water.
Oh, I loved that. It was, like... the darkest blue, and it was like you could see it being pumped out. I don't know why we're observant of this kind of shit. That was definitely not the main event.
Well, like there was also like a random Statue of Liberty. Like,
oh, I know. Why was she there?
I don't know. She's just hanging out.
I loved it. I feel like if there's anyone from like Washington that's like grown up here, like listening, they're like, oh my god, what the fuck? Because like this is all brand new to us. Like our one friend Zach, he's been going to this fucking Tulip festival since he was like a little kid, and so every year his family like takes photos in front of it, and it's like to him he's like, oh my god, those damn tulips again. And us, we're like, oh my god, well, how magical is this? Because I feel like in Pennsylvania we just had a lot of corn.
There was indeed a lot of corn. Maybe that goes to my fondness of corn.
Oh, yeah, the husk.
Wearing of corn.
The kettle corn.
Exactly. I am a corn.
It's okay. It's fine. So, yeah, it was very pretty, though. We posted some photos on Instagram and stuff if you want to look at those.
Mm-hmm. The gift shop was pretty lit, too.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Just, like, all of the classic things you can expect in, like, a country
I wanted that bald
store.
Eagle kite.
Oh, my God. Yeah, they had the kite thing.
I really wanted it. Like, imagine me, like, on our rooftop with a fucking bald eagle.
Just like you see a kite in the middle of downtown Seattle.
If you guys ever see a bald eagle flying across Seattle, it's me.
It's your kite.
I'm the eagle. I'm taking off.
And then we go out to the field. There's this giant field, and then there's like 3 kids. They're all flying kites, and they're all in like the smallest possible area.
They were about to get tangled up.
They were definitely going to get tangled.
That's okay. And I wore perfect shoes. I was very impressed with my shoe choice the whole day. I was like, I'm going to wear these flat boots. And it paid off, guys. It really did.
Yeah.
I've never been so fucking sensible in my goddamn life.
I love that.
So, I want to do more shit like that now. Like, because we have the ability to drive around and see different parts. The only thing is, like, you get a little bit outside of Seattle, and then it's just Trump bumper stickers everywhere.
Yeah, that was fabulous. We knew we were, like, on our way there when we saw Trump bumper stickers.
Yeah, and then the lady with the stroller and the gun.
Oh, my God, yeah, like...
I forget it's an open carry state.
It's an open carry state, but like, why the fuck do you need a gun at a tulip festival?
I know.
Oh my god.
She's got to protect the kids because those tulips, they can mouth off. You never know.
It's just like when my sister's ex-boyfriend, took the gun to Christmas Village.
Another one. Those fucking elves. They're always up to some shit.
That panda fucking
that
cut out
panda
in that story.
Orgy.
The panda orgy.
I miss it, honestly. I can't believe they censored that. It's the fucking
that was the main
meaning
event.
Of life. It's the miracle of life.
Exactly.
It's a circle.
We rounded out the day with a nice trip. We had to have a classic country meal. And so we found, like, the most country bumpkin restaurant we could find and had some, like, early...
It looked like the diner that I used to go to as a kid.
Yeah.
At my hometown. I felt, like, immediately at home.
Yeah, I know. It was weird because that's, like... half the restaurants in Pennsylvania just looked like.
Yeah, I know. And I haven't been like, everything here is like industrial, modern. I mean, not that I'm complaining because like half the time I want to live in certain places that I walk into.
Yeah,
but like you don't really. This was just like a very Pennsylvania filled day. I feel like your fucking family would have loved it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Sucks that they're not going to be here in April.
Yeah. I know. I told my mom she probably has to come next April because, like, she's a big fan of flowers.
What did your dad say? He was like, that's a lot of tulips.
Yeah, they're just like, that's a lot of tulips, and then looks cool.
I love it. They don't give a shit. They're on their fucking ATVs that they just got.
Yeah.
Just picture Chris's dads on ATVs, just with a pack of their buddies, just rolling up in the mountains and getting hoagies.
God damn it.
Honestly, a lifestyle I wish we could all live.
I just picture the movie Wild Hogs, and if anybody's seen that movie, it's one of my dad's favorite movies, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did he like Ghost Rider?
I don't know.
I feel like he's got like a repertoire of motorcycle movies that he likes.
Yeah, I think Wild Hogs was like the movie that really inspired him to get a motorcycle.
I've never seen that movie.
It was like Tim Allen and who's the guy in Shameless that plays Frank?
What's H. Macy.
Yeah, William H. Macy and like 2 other guys that are just like.
Is it the classic like old dad movies? Like we gotta get our youth?
Yeah, it's exactly that. They go on a cross country motorcycle trip and like wild, crazy hijinks. Come on, And so...
probably a lot of misogynist wife jokes.
Probably. Just imagine that, and that's my dad.
No, your dad's not a misogynist.
No, not that part. Not that part.
I'm kidding.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, he's a wild hog if I ever saw one.
It was a fun day, though. I really enjoyed it. We got to get out and do more. We will 1,000,000%, one way or another, we are getting to
a
pumpkin patch sometime.
In the fall when the pumpkins are lit.
You know, my pumpkin spice urges.
I hate that.
I need to go to the origins, you know.
Your
I gotta really
textures.
Reflect on the history, where my delicious drink comes from.
We're going to be doing a lot of, like, cute shit outside, though, when your sister's here. Because May... I mean... Literally, everyone and their mother is visiting us in May.
May is going to be fucking lit.
I know. We're going to be doing so many... I like showing people around, so that's going to be so fun. I'm so excited
to actually, like, do tour guide-y shit. Just, like, walk to all these fucking things.
Or go to things that, like, we haven't been to since, like, we first got here.
Yeah.
So, it's exciting, and... I'm excited for Nicole to get here, especially, because I think that's just going to be so fun. And Paulina's coming now.
Yeah, Paulina's coming earlier in May.
I can't even remember the last time I saw little PB.
Oh, fuck.
Must have been,
we were,
New York?
Yeah, I was going to say, when we were in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time that baby leaves me to go on an airplane, I'm just, like, so upset. Because, like, I just love her so much. I feel like she's my daughter. But also, like, my younger sister.
We need to go back to New York so we can go to M&M World.
There's a lot. Oh my god, M&M World. One day we'll be able to tell that story. One day Paulina will let us tell that story. Oh my god, man. Paulina and her chicken cutlets, am I right? So, what was I going to say? I need to go to New York anyway because there's so many people in New York that I want to shoot podcasts with. And also LA, so we're going to probably be doing, like, a lot of traveling just to be able to get to our friends so that we can have them on the show and space them out.
Yeah, we, like, when we first started the show, like, we had, like, a whole bunch of guests. And then,
because
like,
it happened to be everyone was here.
And so it was, like, Vlogger Fair time. And so that'll happen again this year when
exactly.
Vlogger Fair happens.
I mean, unless none of them want to be on it.
I mean, I would totally understand, you know, Nick's got his own show now.
I
so
know,
Aubrey,
if you're listening, I get it. You guys are two big fish in a giant ocean. I understand if you don't want to talk to this podcast.
Come back to your country roots.
Your country roots. Your crispy roots. But yeah, so there will be a lot of, like, special guests towards the summertime, and then whenever we start going to visit our friends everywhere to do collabs.
Yeah.
By the way, something that has fucked me up with YouTube, and if there's any YouTubers listening, I hope that this happens to you too. So, because of working with YouTube and doing all this shit, I have come to think that, like, anytime someone is doing, like, a sponsorship on, like, traditional media, I call it a collab now.
Oh my god.
So, like, it used to be, you know, you'd see, like, product placement on a television show, like MTV with their fucking, like, HTC One phones or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, you'd be like, there's a fucking product placement. Now it's, oh my god, Teen Wolf collabed with LG. And, like, I say collab now for everything.
I know. It's fucking funny.
It's starting to be, like, at one point, if we added something together, I was like, wow, that kale's really collabing with that dressing. Like, I really need to stop.
Just any combination in any way.
And, like, sometimes, like, if you watch like a commercial that's like Aveeno and it's Jennifer Aniston, you're like, Jennifer Aniston got a brand deal. You know? And it's so stupid because it's like, this it's just YouTube humor if, like, you do this, or, like, if you're on Instagram too, but I don't know, it gets me every time.
Oh my god, that was fucking hijinks.
I know, I hope that there's some YouTubers that can relate to this as well. Alright, so we're just going to go ahead and take a quick break, and then we're going to answer some questions from everyone. So, yeah.
So this episode of Coffee with Rachel has been brought to you by Audible, which is an audiobook service, and they have over 180,000 different audiobooks that you can listen to. And if you go to audible.com/CWC, you can get a free 30-day trial. And so, Rachel, what have we been listening to?
Well, I have been putting this off for so long, and I don't know why, but Amy Poehler came out with a book called Say Yes.
say yes to listening to this audiobook.
So the whole reason why I wanted to listen to it was because everybody told me that Amy Poehler herself narrates it, and
Fabulous.
She's freaking hilarious. Like, we all love her. And I was also the other day, like, watching Parks and Rec's blooper reels, and so I was just, like, really in the mood. And so I've been listening to that, and it's really, really good, guys. Like, I think you would really like it because it's very, like, motivational and inspirational, but it's also super funny. And, like, if you like Amy Poehler, you'd probably love it. So
yeah, we've been really enjoying it. So make sure if you want to check it out, just go to audible.com/CWC and you get a free 30-day trial.
And you can listen to that book or obviously 180,000 other books if you felt like it.
So go check it out.
All right, so I have pulled up the old Twitterino. Oh wait, I'm supposed to be on Instagram, aren't I?
Yeah. Before you do those though, I want to read the story that we got in the email just because it's kind of fun.
Okay, go ahead.
Hi, Rachel and Chris. I don't know if this is the right medium to contact you, but I just wanted to thank you both for all that you do. My name is Nicole. I'm 21. I go to college in Boston, Massachusetts. I've been dating my girlfriend, Maria, for almost a year. Officially a year. I'm 426. She's the funniest, most loving person I have ever met, and I'm forever grateful that she's in my life.
Aww.
A huge thing that we both have bonded over is Rachel's videos, and more recently, the podcast. Before meeting Maria, I don't know anyone else who loved you guys as much as I did. We love watching Rachel's videos together and texting each other while we listen to the podcast.
Oh my god.
We both love listening to your banter and love the connection you both have. It's wild because I feel like we use so many of y'all's mannerisms on a daily basis and talk about both of you in the chunks so much. And in a way, we feel like we've been growing with y'all. We both love and respect you guys, and we both have bonded over so much of your content. Recently, over spring break, I visited Maria's family in Bucks County, PA.
Shut the fuck
up. I had
up.
my first cup of Wawa coffee, my first Wawa pretzel. Wawas are an amazing thing.
Good, I'm so glad.
And my first Ritas. Oh my god. We also drove by a few Bontons, and I resisted the urge to yell Bonton.
I'm sure you did resist that urge, binge.
With our 1-year anniversary coming up, I just felt like I should reach out and recognize big parts of our relationship, aka y'all, and I wanted to thank you guys so much in a way for bringing us closer together.
Oh my god. Is that it?
Yeah, keep making the great content, being great individuals. We're both so proud of how far you've come, and we're so excited to see what you do in the future. Thanks for bringing me and Maria such happiness and joy. We're looking forward to the next podcast and the next and the next. And there's also this photo of these two little benchos in front of the love sign in Philly.
Oh.
You guys are cute.
You guys are really cute.
That's Philly, right?
Yeah, Chris.
Okay. Shit.
Damn, well, did I ever think that the two of us shitheads could bring a couple of people together? No. So
God
that's
damn,
pretty
good.
good.
You think if somebody was walking around babbling our mannerisms, people would be like, ugh.
I mean, we're already making people go, ugh. I hope you guys put, like, the word nuanced in your wedding vows or something.
Oh, my God.
That would be
only if it really fits, please.
Okay, but, like, actually do not take that under consideration at all.
No, that is not real.
I'm
please
joking.
don't.
But anyway, that was really lovely. So, thank you.
You guys are real cute.
I know. Everybody that listens to this show is, like, honestly the best person ever.
Oh, you bitches.
I know. Because everybody's just been so great. And I know that we've been, like, gushing about you guys since we fucking started because we were genuinely surprised anyone would be listening to our show. So, it's just been amazing. And I love making new podcasts. So, yeah.
Still surprises me.
I know.
Far we've come.
All right. So, I'm getting into the old questions here. It says, I know Chris has previously said that he's interested in getting a degree in computer programming. Has he thought about looking into community college? That could be less stressful, and community colleges are more flexible than universities.
I mean, yeah. I haven't really thought about it too much besides the fact that I thought I might want to do that one day.
I feel like that would be the route that I would go if I was going to go and get a second degree.
Yeah, that would probably be the way. Because, I mean, like, going to not to say a regular fucking college, but, like, not a community college is going to be expensive as shit. Community colleges are usually cheaper, too.
Yeah, and you're already thousands of dollars in debt.
Yeah, so, I might want to go for the cheaper option. If it's more flexible, then that might be a good place to look.
Yeah, literally the other night we were talking about debt because...
Oh, yeah, because that's what millennials love to do.
Yeah, and he, like, gave me a number, and I... It's just... Guys...
Your soul left.
I know. So much left. Like, it's fine. Okay, so do you spend more time downloading custom content for Sims, building your Sims house, or actually playing The Sims? I mean, building is also playing, in my opinion. Because
I think they just mean like playing like as the Sims.
Okay. Well, I probably spend the most time building the houses.
Yeah.
And then custom content finding is my second highest thing.
Then playing, which is actually just like, making crazy death chambers.
Oh, yeah.
Making all the ghosts appear.
And like making my Sims, I do that too. Yeah, I haven't been honestly. I've been doing just mostly building lately, just because it's so relaxing to me to like set up a fucking layout. I don't.
Yeah.
It's like my therapeutic like, little time consumer, and it's been lit. Okay, have you and Chris ever tried meditation? I know you guys do yoga. Not really formally. I would say.
Yeah, I mean like. The closest we've ever been is, like, the sleeping yogas where, like...
There's usually, like, a meditative property to them. Some yoga routines do involve meditation.
Yeah, so, like, we've done some that have definitely had, like, meditation elements to them. Never, like, officially sat down and be like, I'm going to meditate right now.
And I definitely don't do it daily, which I know that, like, so many people say that it would be so beneficial. And it's something that I plan on starting, but I'm trying to, like... plan on starting a lot of different things right now, and I guess that one's just like on the back burner, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's definitely useful, and I've done like guided meditation videos. I just don't know what to do if there's no guide,
Yeah,
I don't know like
definitely
what is
would need a guide.
I know, it's like I don't know what's considered, like is it because there's plenty of times where like I will listen to music and just like lay there.
Yeah.
Like is that and like I'll just let my thoughts do their thing. But like if you're anything like me,
letting your thoughts do their thing might not be the greatest option.
The worst. So, but then that's probably the problem I have with sleeping is because I like to keep my brain stimulated because I don't like to let the depression do its thing. And so then I have trouble sleeping because I'm so fucking stimulated. So maybe I do need to meditate and I just need to do it. All right. A bit random, but have you ever tried Portuguese food/coffee? Love to all the chunkos. I think I've tried Portuguese food, but I don't know if I've ever had the coffee.
I might have had Portuguese food. I can't remember specifically going and getting that, but I might have. Coffee, I mean... I don't think anybody sent us anything from Portugal.
Well, if you want to, we still have a P.O. box, and it's on our website, which is CoffeeWithChrachel.net.
Oh, yeah, get that plug.
Okay. Have you and Chris tried out is it Miitomo?
Yeah, Miitomo.
If so, you should answer some of the Miitomo questions on the podcast. Okay. Everybody's been playing this game. It's like Nintendo's first app.
Yeah, it's just like a social networking.
It reminds me of the Miiverse, but people can get away with a lot more raunch, which I've noticed.
Ooh, interesting.
Like, people were, like, saying, like, really vulgar things. That's what the funny part is. Like, you know. Because it's probably marketed for little kids, but then everybody else is just going to be on there. I try to create chaos on the Miiverse on, like, the Wii U, but they flagged that shit so fast.
Yeah. I saw somebody send us a picture of, somebody did, of course, a Guy Fieri meme.
Oh, fabulous.
Meme.
a meme.
Oh my god, a meme. Say that 5 times fast.
I don't want to, actually. Please don't. But yeah, maybe we'll download it or whatever because it just, I like to be in on what's hot.
It seems like there's like a quiz section or whatever, like they said answer questions, and so that reminds me of like on the Wii, we used to really be into the
voting thing.
The voting app that they had on their channel. That's what they're called.
I loved that.
Yeah, that was lit.
Okay. Summer wardrobe essentials. Maxi dress, one pair of open-toed shoes that are really comfortable. I like ones with a heel because I live in a city and I don't want my feet to be black by the end of the day.
True.
So I don't really wear flats. Plus I need that arch support, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A fucking giant hat, especially if you dye your hair, because the hair color.
Dyeing, especially the red.
And like, I don't know, like a lightweight, loose-fitting cover-up thing that you can throw over like a tank top or a dress if you like want to be covered from the sun but you don't want to die.
Yeah.
You know? Those are like mine.
I mean, my summer moving to Seattle has really made it so that my summer is not way too off from like the rest of the year. I wear jeans all year round unless it's like so incredibly hot, then I'll pull out a pair of shorts.
There's never been a time where I'm like, my legs are too warm.
Yeah, exactly.
It's always my upper body that's fucked. Like,
yeah.
God, I should boob sweat is like the worst compared to like anything my legs are doing.
I pretty much transitioned to short sleeve button-ups from my long sleeve button-ups.
Like, I'd rather wear jeans and not have chub rub, because that's fucking terrible, because most people's fucking legs rub together, and you do that when you're at like an amusement park and you're wearing shorts and you're out in the sun.
Aesthetic, like,
I used to put like silicone primer on the inner thigh of my legs if I had to be like, sometimes like when we would do like YouTube events, like I remember at VidCon I had like fucking silicone primer I kept putting in between my legs.
Oh wow.
Because I was chafing because we were walking all day and I was wearing like, I don't remember what I was wearing, probably like a mini dress or some shit.
This is really random, but just like that image just made me think, did you ever have like just the visor that like wearing softball. Visors all the time, like not at softball though, just like, you know.
No, I wasn't an idiot. No, but like honestly, I didn't start wearing hats until I did have a couple of bucket hats.
Oh,
you know, the classic Old Navy bucket hats.
Yeah,
but I really didn't start wearing hats until recently with the floppy hats.
I definitely remember a multitude of visors.
Yeah,
that was a part of my life.
I think it was because we had to wear them at softball all the time that I just didn't want to wear them ever for like fun.
Okay, yeah.
You know? Plus then it was like the Starbucks hat.
Oh, true.
So much makeup on the inner rim of that hat from like the top of my forehead.
Okay, yeah.
Ugh, the worst. But yeah, okay. My iPad just is not doing its thing. It's fine. Okay, what are your takes on cold brew coffee? I like it. I like that it has more really caffeine.
Good. Yeah, so if you really want that fucking drill, get the cold, and like that's one change. You know, we go from hot drinks to cold drinks.
Yeah, that's like the most that change. Well, I also pile on the bronzer and like highlighter. Yeah, I mean, I'm always wearing highlighter, but like I go for like, I want to look like I've been drenched in oil. Like, and maybe it's because I'm so dry.
And like we don't really like Starbucks' warm, just regular coffee.
No, it's terrible. But their iced coffee is not bad because it actually has sweetener in it.
And yeah, I mean, like just like the Bear coffee, iced coffee is supposed to be a little bit more bitter.
Yeah.
So like the fact that they kind of over roast the beans a little bit doesn't really matter as much.
But yeah, cold brew is always good because it's
Stump Down cold brew. They're known for that, and that shit's really good.
There's like so many different places where you can get it around here, and it's always like I don't even need cream with an iced coffee. Yeah. I just drink that black because it's already got like a little bit of a sweetness, and it's just so refreshing without having to put milk in it. So
beautiful.
What would your ideal world consist of?
No Trump.
Ooh, good one.
Yeah.
No traffic.
No people just like being mean to other people and trying to stop other people from living their lives. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'd say no homophobia would be sweet.
That's like what I mean. Like just like people like trying to stop other people from what they find happiness from. You know what I mean?
Or what their lives are like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, this would never happen because this is like a unrealistic utopia. Also, my ideal world would consist of a lot of Food Network chefs hanging out with me.
Yeah, and also the ability to own a lot more cats.
And no pimples.
Ooh, good one.
Yeah.
That's a really good one.
Any development on your family issues.
Oh, wow.
No. Like, the thing is like, it's so frustrating because nothing is happening, and yet I'm still, like, in it. You know? Like, it's not over by any means, but nothing new is happening. So it's just kind of like me trying to get adjusted to it all. But we haven't really, we have not spoken since whenever that last conversation was.
The past holiday sometime in the
it was before Christmas, I think, or like right after Christmas.
Yeah.
It was December.
Was it like when I was unemployed or...
I don't remember. I mean, you got your job when? February?
Well, I knew that I was getting in November, and I started in December.
Okay, yeah. They definitely... That was the thing is, like, they didn't even know that we were in, like, you know, financial peril. And so when we talked, it was kind of, like, eye-opening to me. Like, one, that me and you, Chris, like, obviously we got everything sorted out, and, like, we were able to take care of it, which I was very proud of, obviously. And, like, you didn't even tell your family until way after you had, like, started working. You would basically, like, didn't tell your family about the whole thing until, like, you got the job secured.
Yeah.
And you were, like, out of the situation. Because we didn't want to ask for help at all.
Yeah.
And, like, telling my parents about it. Because I talked to my mom and then I talked to my dad kind of briefly that day. And it was so weird because it was, like, an oddly pleasant conversation. Because I made a pact to myself that I was gonna, like, not raise my voice and I was not gonna get, like, snippy or have, like, an attitude. I was just gonna be very calm so that they could fucking hear me. And it worked to some degree because there was no, like, actual yelling or arguing, but, like, they obviously weren't able to, like, do it still. Like, they weren't able, I know I talked about this, like, before when it happened, but they told me that the only way we would all still be able to, like, be in each other's lives would be if I were to never talk about being bi ever again. Like, just never bring it up. And, like, not only would that be hard on me as a person now, having been out for so long. I mean, really, I've been out for, like, 3 years, it feels like, because I told friends for, like, the last couple of years, and now it's just, like, everybody knows. But it would be weird to, like, obviously be different around them and stuff. But also knowing, you know, knowing that they had that belief against something that's so important to me. Yeah. And also now with, like, the stuff that I do, like, I still make the videos about one. You know, I haven't made one in a couple months, but I still have the videos, and
you're still just actively out there.
Yeah,
talking about it and shit.
I talk about it, and, you know, the shirts, and
it's you.
It's just, like, you know, I want to do more work for the LGBT community. Like, I want to do things. I want to be at Pride events. I want to make other individuals that are feeling the way that I felt and, like, feeling invalidated, like, I want to make them feel better, and I want to make it easier on people, and, like, none of that can happen if I'm, like, clammed up about it, you know?
Yeah, and it's not like, you know, you're gonna be like, every time on the phone, oh, hey, yeah, so I like this guy, like this girl, I like all this, hey, I'm bi, remember I'm bi. Like, it's not gonna be like every time you're just like, hey, I'm bi. It's just like, you know, when you talk about celebrities in a conversation, or it's just like, it's always so casual when it slips out because it's just my day-to-day life. And because it's just you, and it's not like...
I'm not constantly thinking, like, everything that comes out of my mouth has to be, like, super conservative. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And I don't know, it's like, I always made a point to, like, when I was younger, I would obviously talk about politics to, like, get a rise out of them.
Yeah.
Because I knew that they were, I felt that they were wrong, and I had totally different opinions on things, and so I used to, like, agitate them purposely to, like, instigate things because I wanted them, like, I thought that would be the way that I could get them to change their mind, by, like, talking down to them like they were stupid, TBH.
Yeah.
And as I got older and I realized that there were consequences for bringing up topics like this that would start a yelling argument, and then physical things would happen, like, I knew that I couldn't bring up these things. And, like, that's one thing that I'm willing to bite my tongue about. Like, I don't have to bring up the fact that they might be voting for Trump. You know, I don't have to.
Probably a good chance about that one.
I mean, they're probably Ted Cruz fans, I would say. Because I think they would think, like, Trump's at least a little bit, like, ridiculous, like a clown.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Has Trump said anything? He said a lot of bad things about a lot of different groups. Has he said anything bad against Jewish people?
I don't know.
I'm sure he probably has, because, you know, that would definitely be, like, a final straw.
I wonder what she thinks about the Bruce thing.
Oh, yeah.
So, if you're not up on the news, North Carolina passed an incredibly anti-LGBT law. And since then, a lot of different, like, brands and musicians and artists and all sorts of, like, different people and public figures have been boycotting doing any work in the state of North Carolina.
Yeah, stopping future plans and doing all this shit.
So one of those people was Bruce Springsteen, who was, like, I guess, touring there. Yeah. And we were raised on his music. That's, like, my mom's favorite artist. She has every CD and vinyl.
I mean, he's like the country, like not the country, but like
the country rock.
The country rock, like everybody is like America.
Country,
like
it's like, yeah, like patriotic rock.
It's just like
classic Jersey.
America, born and raised here. Like, this is America. This is our rock. This is our anthem. You know what I mean?
He's never been shy about his politics and his music. So, like, as he got older and, like, he was writing more albums, they would get more and more Democrat. She would get pissed. She's like, especially with Bush and the war, like, he was a very anti-war, and she was, like, not having any of this shit. And she would, like, say all the time, like, I love him, but I hate his politics, blah, blah, blah. And so recently, it's been, like, news all over the place that he took the stand against North Carolina, and it isn't going to be doing his concert.
He's taking his show out of there.
And, like, I wonder what her opinion was on that, you know?
Yeah.
Because she was, like a crazy fan, like, always on his website, always up to date on his news. So, like, she definitely would have heard about it. So it just makes you think, like...
If it was anybody else, it would have been just like, there's just something about that person that I don't like, but wouldn't admit that it was because, like, he's, like, pro-gay rights and everything like that. You know, it'd just be like, there's just something about him, but it's Bruce, so that's something different, you know? It's Bruce.
I know. So, basically no updates, and I don't really know if there will be any because, I have all the numbers blocked, and I don't plan on reaching out again because there's nothing I can fucking do. Like,
you tried. That was your Hail Mary. That was your last try to try and fix it. Like, you were the
And
calmest.
this is, like, just one thing. Like, this is, like, you guys don't even understand the extent of the things that went on, and... This is just one thing that I knew was always going to be horrible, and it took me years to be able to even accept it, but it's just one thing. Like, I'm making a video this week about body image, and I know I'm going to be talking about the family stuff because part of the reason why I used to be so, like, horrible about, like, what I... or felt horrible about what I looked like was because there was a heavy, like... huge obligation to my sister and I to be on a diet since middle school. And, like, that was, like, a focus in my household for so long. And it was just, like, when you plump up like a normal kid in middle school and you just went through puberty and you just are naturally a little puffy.
Shit in middle school. Like, things are moving all around and changing and whatnot.
Like, as a 24-year-old, I feel so incredibly sad for the person that I was when I was, like, fucking, like, 13, 12, like, thinking that I had all this stuff to fix already when I wasn't even evened out because I was still growing.
Yeah.
And, like, you don't even realize that.
You
and
still
like,
have, like, a ton of, like, baby fat and stuff.
I know. And there's no reason for anyone to be going on a diet when you're that young. And, like, the pressure for me to be thin started really early on in my house. And then, obviously, like, you get all the shit from the media, too. And that's one of the things I wanted to talk about in the video because, honestly, for the last, like... I've been out of their house for 6 years now.
Yeah, I guess so. It's been 6 years, yeah.
Which is wild.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I know.
I've been out of my house for 6 years. Whoa.
I know, and like, I know that we would spend, like, summers there and shit, but, like, you know.
Majority of my time in a year was spent out of that house.
Yeah, and then we moved out for good, like, with the apartments and stuff. And so I didn't have that, like, around me. And, like, obviously I still had, like, my own insecurities, like, as I was growing up. But, like, now, like, I can safely say for, like, the last 2 years, like, I've been... like, that hasn't been, like, a major concern of mine, and it's so wild, and I know that partly it's because, like, I'm not in a house with my sister and my mom telling me that I need to be as thin as her, and then when my sister would gain weight, then it would be like, you need to be as thin as Rachel, and it was, like, constantly pitting my sister and I against each other, like, about our weight, and, like... you know, my mother would go on, like, a diet and then tell us that she was anorexic to fit into a certain dress for a certain wedding, and, like, she would just throw that shit around like it was casual, and we were just supposed to be like, yo, we should do that, and I was like, oh my god, prom? Prom? Like, this is probably why I hate prom so much, but, like, prom was all about... you need to fucking starve until you can be able to be worthy of this dress that we paid money for, you know? And, like,
horrible.
When I tried that dress on, like, when I was, like, coming downstairs, like, after I was, like, getting dressed for the fucking dance, you know? The first thing she said was that I looked fat. And, like, you don't fucking forget that. And, like, now, as the person I am now, like, I don't feel that way about myself. But, like, at that time, I was so vulnerable. And, like, it took me... years to be able to get out of that fucking headspace.
I know. And so, I mean, I've seen you grow to this point now where, like, you have a really good body image and everything.
Yeah.
And, like you said, there's many different facets of where they have scarred you. And you're slowly, working your way past them individually. And, you're getting yourself to a good place on all mental fronts.
Yeah. But it's just like like the whole bi stuff, that was just like, the body image thing, all of those other things, like the times that I was actually like physically hit, which like I know I haven't really discussed much because it is like really uncomfortable for me to talk about, TBH, and like it was something that I was hiding for a while and everything. But like, the times that I was struck, like there was just so many different things that went into this relationship and why it was so terrible for me. But like the bisexuality thing, I was like, okay, this is like so wrong, and I feel so strongly about like anyone hating any member of the LGBT community for just being LGBT is just completely, like, I can't even wrap my head around anyone having the audacity to not like someone for that. Like,
I know.
It makes no sense. So it's just like something that I am so fucking against that I was able to like cut it there. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. It's if anything, the only thing that's going to change is if they fucking reach out and they have like one hell of an apology and they have truly changed and like actually accept the whole being bi thing.
Yeah.
But that, I can tell you right now, will probably not happen.
I would bet money on that.
I know. And, like, you get people that'll comment, and I know that they're just being nice, and they're like, oh, they'll come around eventually. It's like, one, I'm not waiting, and two, they're so old. Like, yeah. I don't know if you guys know this, but, like, my parents were always, like, older than all my friends' parents, and it's, like, they were raised a certain way, and it's, like, a different time, and they think, like, the way that I feel so strongly against how they feel is how strongly they feel about it.
Yeah.
Like, it's very strong and it runs deep. And so I can't really see a change, but if you noticed, I'm not as upset about it as I've been.
Yeah, no,
but
I
it
definitely
still sucks.
see that. I mean, just as time goes on, I guess.
It hasn't even been
not
long.
Wounds will heal per se, but like,
I will be able to like accept it for what it is, because I'm still at the point where I'm like angry that I don't have the family life I desired.
Yes.
And that's the part that I need to get the fuck over. And that's what we talk about in therapy all the time. It's like, that's not what my reality was. And so I need to like accept what my life is actually like, not what I wanted, not what I feel like I deserved, or what other people have.
Yes.
And that is so difficult to fucking do. And I still like suck. So, I'll get there.
It's much less waiting for them to come around and more just,
waiting for me to think it like stings less, and there's other things in my life that are providing me with the support and love that I need.
Yes.
Or like it's better even. Mm-hmm. I mean, Christ. Like that's the thing. Like I don't even like I want the idea of what a family is, not the actual people that are involved, because they are obviously not good for me. Mm-hmm. But like if I had, what I want, like, then that would be great. So it's not like, not to knock family or anything. It's just my specific one.
At this point, like, no matter what happened, none of those things would ever leave my mind, and there would always be that on the back of my mind when they laughed at you for being suicidal, when they like,
or when he hit me
shit
in front of you.
Yeah, all that shit, it would still just be there.
Well, yeah, and that's why it could never fucking work. And it's like, it's so. That's why the hardest part is like when you still feel upset about it, because something is so bad for you, but you still can't seem to get over the fact that you want something from them, or like I still want to inform them of like the fact that they don't even know where the fuck I live right now is so weird. Like I could be dead and they wouldn't even know where I was.
Yes.
And that's things like that are what I'm still like grappling with, because it makes no sense to me that they could be like this. But, Lila's here now. She's like, are you getting upset, Rach? I'm not. I'm fine. It does feel really nice to be able to talk about this stuff on the podcast,
Yeah, it's kind of a long-form place where you can really just, like, instead of having to, like, truncate your thoughts into, like, lines for a video or something like that.
I know, because it's really so hard to make videos about this kind of stuff, because there's so much to it, and I can never get my words right because it's just like a lot of emotion.
Yeah. And you just have a lot of thoughts and a lot of things that take a lot to say, and so this is a good place to do it.
I don't know. I just basically, like, what I want to end that on is, like, if you're in a position similar to mine or have been, like, I totally feel for you. I know it's fucking impossible, and also I know that you're going to be surrounded by people that have no fucking idea what it's like, and...
Me.
I mean, it's fine, but, like... It's gonna sting because you feel like nobody understands what it feels like to be, like, isolated like this and to be, like, kind of on your own like this. And, you know, it sucks, but, like, you learn to fucking start living for yourself and not to, like, live for them, you know? Like, I used to, like, want to come to them with, like, oh, I'm proud of this achievement or whatever. And now I get to just be there. I mean, obviously you support me, but, like, you know, it's for me too.
No, yeah, I totally get that.
So it's chill, but I mean, I'm fine. I'm still working on it. I'm still in therapy. You know, we will see how I am in a few years, how well adjusted I'll be. I've always said I wish that I had been in therapy since all of this kind of started. Like, especially when I was, like, in middle school. I feel like I'd be a really fucking well adjusted person by now.
Yeah, it took a while to get you there, and then to get the therapist that worked for you.
And that's another thing too. Like, if you're in therapy right now and you're like, I don't really think I'm getting anything out of this, your therapist will not be offended if you say that you are, you know, that you want a different choice or something because, like, you don't think it's working, because they just want to help you. They don't think it's personal. They're not going to be like, wow, I'm doing a bad job. They know that, like, the biggest and most important part of therapy is finding the right person. Yeah,
it's all about a human connection and stuff, and if you're just not quite clicking, it's totally cool.
I know, and I click so well with mine, and I am just so happy that I have that because, like, it is another support system. And
yeah, definitely.
You know, so if that's you and you're like, or if you're, like, scared to start therapy and you're worried that it's going to be, like, a pain in the ass to get it rolling, it is, but it's so fucking worth it. Like, it really is. It keeps me alive, okay? So, I mean, I definitely think it was worth it. And if you are afraid to go because you think, like, you know, you're fed in the media all the time, like, you have to go to a shrink.
Yeah, like, just because it's, like, it's stigmatized so heavily against.
Please ignore that because it is so much more than that. And it's not what everybody, like, makes it out to be. Like, honestly, I think everybody could go to a therapist. Like, even if you don't even struggle with mental health, like, it would probably just be beneficial for everyone to be able to talk, especially, like, men that are raised to, like, not be able to express their emotions.
Yeah. Me. Hey.
You're good now, though.
I know. I worked on it for a while.
You really opened up, you little clam.
Yeah, I'm a little clamshell.
Listen.
But inside I had a nice little jam. I have a nice little pearl.
Well, that's good, you know. I'm just a nice oyster. Just suck me down, bitch. Straight into your gullet with a nice lemon wedge.
Oh, shit. This is so random. Totally off topic. What the fuck were we saying when we were watching Full House, which is what we're binging right now?
Oh, Nerd Bomber?
No. When DJ was talking to the boy from Greece that, like, she married.
Okay.
And what was the thing that we Snapchatted that, like... Oh, fuck.
Was it the one where Danny was like,
no, they had, like, a
juice...
the D? No, not that one. That was good, too.
But when he was saying
cup.
The slurping, and she was like, I had juice and I slurped it, and she was like, you're a good slurper.
Something like that. It was so fucking funny.
By the way, like, Full House, like, I always thought of it as, like, super wholesome, and it still is, but they make a lot of raunchy jokes that totally went over my head.
Holy shit, one of the first few episodes, Joey made a joke, and I was like...
He said something about poking a girl's eye out, and I was like, oh my god.
He's talking about his penis!
There were so many penis jokes, you don't understand.
God damn.
There's a lot of, like, the wife, too, but, you know... You just look past it. I hate Jesse's dad now that I've, like, watched this as an adult.
Definitely.
All right. So how about we round it off on one more question? Maybe I'll do something less heavy. Let's see.
Let's do it.
If the chunks were commercials, what would they be? Like, what kind would they be?
Commercials.
Now, Lila, I feel like, would be one of those bright, like, it's Jiffy Pop, or like,
oh my god,
I don't know, like, it's Gak, and it's
one
like
of those like classic '90s Nickelodeon commercials.
A lot of color, a lot of like fun, or like even, I don't know, like a stuffed animal commercial for like like Littlest Pet Shop, like,
oh my god, Littlest Pet Shop,
or Melly's Mall, like Barney's Treehouse, like that's
one of those Squeezies.
Squeezy's one of those like really threatening, like, if you've been to a Blockbuster and suffered a laceration, call.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say a law fucking commercial. Oh my god, damn it! I love that we were on the same page.
Like
on
really,
that.
either that or like, you know when the National Weather Service fucks up the TV and they're like, bah. That's Squeezy when he's screaming in a corner. And if I were a commercial, I'd be an infomercial because I just talk.
Oh my god.
And you would be like some cheesy, like something with a lot of puns, you know?
Yeah, I'm hard to nail down, you know?
Yeah, you can't.
I'm a mystery.
You're too nuanced for this.
Alright, so I guess that's enough questions, you know? We've been blabbering for an hour now, it looks like.
Yeah.
We'll be back on
Sunday.
Yeah, this is Thursday. I'm so bad with
I thought
track.
today was Thursday all day, and it's Wednesday. Just like
I'm really off on what day of the week it is.
And yeah, so we're gonna end the show right here. But if you're a binge, stick around because it's time to get into binge time.
Yeah.
All right, see you guys later.
Bye.
That was a pathetic blink.
All right, so for you benches, we talked about going to the Tulip Festival. So why not take you guys down to the farm? You know, bring out our PA roots.
All right. So first, we got Nicole Dowling, who is training a colt.
Carissa is carousing on a tractor.
Allison Sense thinks this corn maze makes no sense.
Hunter Curtis had the courtesy to not use pesticides on their crops.
Megan Rackley is hanging her saddle on a rack.
Jasmine Moyer is pushing a lawn mower.
Very nice, very nice. Skylar Medley is looking at the sky to see if it will rain.
Cody Castillo is casting her fishing rod into the pond.
Taylor Collins is playing with the herder's border collie.
Heather Ann is anticipating some good crops this year.
Sloan Fuller, her basket of tulips couldn't be fuller.
Emma Corbeil is assembling a cornucopia of fruits.
Danielle Manus is yelling at a cow, always yelling.
Kate Convery is having a conversation with a chicken.
Caitlin Shalda is farming her freshly sprouted shallots.
Angelica Feliz is wearing some gel insoles while she's working in her work boots.
Michaela Scoffero is scoffing at the hooligans destroying her wheat crops.
Christy Bai is waving goodbye to her farm as a tornado destroys it.
That's dark. Beth Fonseca is not fond of the graffiti that's been sprayed on her silo.
Cornelia Thulin is corn. You embody corn.
Sophie Adams is adding up the number of acres she planted seeds on today.
Jessica Comero is taking a picture of the rows of flowers she planted.
Christina Contreras is enjoying the country air at the farm.
Megan Grint is grinning as she bites into an apple that she grew.
Oh, that's a good feeling. Katie Leo is laying in the pig slop trough.
Jade Holden is holding a baby cow.
Very nice. Allison Dowell is collecting water from the well.
Catherine Simpson is simply too tired after picking grapes all day.
Marlene Naj is marking the exact spot she wants to build a new farmhouse.
Gio Castro found some cool geodes in the cavern on her farm.
Taylor Van Edie is tailoring her overalls for that perfect fit.
Cater Liriano is the farm's guard dog leering at some birds in the field.
Rebecca O'Donnell is Old MacDonald, E-I-E-I-O. So, take that.
Kelsey Gillis is stuck in the middle of PA and all she can see is farms.
Sammy Liston is checking her list to see what crops she still needs to plant this year.
Michaela Berlingeri is barely able to be at the Tulip Festival because her allergies are so bad.
That was me. Brittany Cella is amazed at the bright color of the lemons she grew.
Kendall Berg is the world's best iceberg lettuce farmer.
Amazing. Allie McGregor has a green thumb and everything she plants grows.
Megan Grilly is grilling up some corn in their husks.
Chloe Killip is mad at how many clovers are growing around her flowers. I guess those are like weeds.
Katie Hart is roasting up some artichoke hearts that she grew herself.
Just the heart.
Just the heart.
Ian Murphy is not too happy about the fees you need to pay to start a farm.
Kayla Cross is crossing the farm on horseback.
Grace Leedy is mad that her leek crops didn't grow this year.
Cassandra Buckout is making sure the buck on the edge of her farm isn't eating her crops.
Casey Daniel is opening a case of new horseshoes.
Oh. Maddie Pullman is repairing a pole in the barn.
Amanda Marie is the sole provider of the crops for Marie Calendar pot pies.
Jane Shell is shelling out big bucks for some farm-fresh, farm-to-table vegetables.
Jackie Bergiulio is jacking off a cow.
Camellia Malky is going to the mall to get some new boots.
Caitlin Whalen is wailing about the crows that ate all of her seeds.
Hannah Neely is kneeling in the dirt as she plants some daffodil bulbs.
Lucy Ravenscroft is pissed at how many ravens are sitting on her scarecrow. Eerie.
Sarah Fairbanks is at the bank getting a loan to start a farm.
Cody Robinson is wondering where this robin's egg came from.
Tegan Anderson is planting some lavender to make some homemade tea.
Lauren Siobhan is Jackson from Gilmore Girls shivering as he sleeps with his zucchini crops.
Taco Roach is selling her crops to Taco Bell.
Fab. Allison Francois is frankly not happy that the soil is too dry to plant.
Haley Cadwalder is building the first wall of her new barn.
Katie Gallardo had the gall to ride her tractor straight into her enemy's crops.
Tina Tompkins is smashing this farmer's pumpkins.
Sarah Seaman is manning the tiller.
Dana Daly is doing her daily ride around the farm to inspect the crops.
Megan Wilson doesn't like how wilted her crops look.
Jackie Lampo is lighting an oil lamp before going into the barn.
Claire Wood is chopping some wood from a fallen tree. Recycle, reuse.
Kelly Adams is adding up her royalties from growing the world's largest orange.
Oh my god. Temple Murray is milking some cows for Murray's cheese.
Hannah is handing a carrot to a horse.
Jenna Gordonier is farming all the gourds.
Sasha thinks this corn maze is a sham because you finished in 2 minutes.
Sarah is having a stare-run contest with a sheep. Bah.
Bridget Dubin is building a bridge between 2 fields on her property.
Grayson Clark is a clerk at the store they run on the farm.
Flynn Vance is loading up her van with crops to sell at the farmer's market.
Hillary Gay is regretting getting into the farming business.
Anna Hernandez is analyzing the weather forecast to see when to plant some crops.
Jennifer Holtz is holding the first potato you've ever grown.
Courtney White is planting some white tulips.
Elizabeth Doles is growing pineapples for Dole.
Shelley Smith is smithing a new pitchfork since her last one broke.
Worst. Mackenzie Knight is admiring the stars from the farmhouse porch at night.
And Rachel Evans is applying an even coat of paint to the stables.
All right, so that was the benches. If you haven't noticed, we are coming up with ideas so that we don't fuck it up for 20 minutes. So it allows us to be more creative, so we hope you like that. And let's get into the rest of the benches, which I think are individual corn crops.
Oh, yes, I love that so much. You were little kernels.
All right, so we've got Kathleen Wynn,
Stephanie Boscovich,
Elena Barcia,
Zoe Yarmowich,
Elizabeth Hallbrook,
Brynja,
Hannah May,
Rose Barnett,
Jax,
and Megan Prius.
So thank you so much for supporting the show, and if you've made it to this end of the show, how the fuck are you?
You guys are special.
And if you are listening to this and you're like, what is a bench and what do I do? You can go to patreon.com/CoffeeWithChrachel and find all the information there. And I guess we'll see you guys in our next episode.
Yeah, we'll see you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
That was a HeadGum podcast.